Oh, yes, yes, it should be a bit tired, man. But you gotta put out the video for his fans, innit? Um, so, what's going on, boxing? Well, so I was gonna talk about the Eubank family, yeah, the background, all this weird stuff that goes on. Um, I'm very suspicious of this family, yeah. So you imagine, right? There's a number of reasons to be suspicious. Okay, this guy's always in the news. Eubank Senior. By the way, back in the day, you know, I was a Ben fan, not a Eubanks fan, but I couldn't deny his toughness, his character. He was a weight bully. Let me be honest. He was as a middleweight and super middleweight. He was huge. All right. So he took advantage of the weight rules, but that's okay, man. Why shouldn't he? You know, why shouldn't he? You can't diss a guy for managing his weight properly. Yeah, but it's a weird one, isn't it? It's like Eubank Senior is a narcissist. Okay, he doesn't get criticized enough. What he does is talk, get his face in the papers. Now, this is a guy, right, who almost killed someone, Michael Watson. That's not his fault, by the way, of course. But he rarely mentions it. You know, he's done one or two videos pretending to be emotional about it. He also killed someone in his truck. In his huge truck. He killed I think it was a pedestrian even. I don't know. But, come on, man. Yeah. And then I did a video on this, right, about how Chris Eubank Senior is allegedly trying to call off the fight because he's scared. He don't want to lose no other son. Is that genuine? I mean, come on, man. Come on. Is it genuine? He's still got 36 hours to rehydrate. Yeah, which back in the day, you have like, I don't know, you have like half a day to rehydrate, right? And he doesn't mention the fact that he severely damaged Michael Watson. He almost kills someone in his truck. That his son himself almost killed someone, Nick Blackwell. Why is he not mentioning this thing? You know, it's quite... well, I mean, if your eyes are open, you understand. Yeah, it's part of the game. By the way, if you can hear some snoring, that's my boy. That's my dog snoring. And like I said, I did a video. I said I think the fight will happen. Of course it will happen. There's too much money. Too much money. Yeah. People say, "Oh, £3 actually is a lot of weight." £3, man. It's a dump if you're Huey Fury. A medium dump if you're Huey Fury. And, you know, I've lost, right, £8 in one day. Okay? I've put on 1.5 stone on the weekend. That's how much you can mess with weight. And I was once, I used to go raving, right? Back in the day, I'd take the beans, the pills, the Mitsubishis, the Love Doves. I said the Doves were just incredible. Yeah? And I was working, and I'd party at the weekend. And, I was 10 stone 4. I'm 6'1", blood. Should be 6'1". And he Chubby was 10 stone 4. Okay? Obviously, I was young. Yeah? And people say, oh, it's a lot easier when you're younger. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I want to see proof about this. I mean, I think if you get starved, you get starved. Look at all them people, them soldiers that went to Japanese prisoner of war camps. They're like twiglets, man, They're like these guys are any age, 30s above, right? And they're forced to work hard to build bridges, to build all this kind of stuff for Japanese people, okay? And they still managed to lose it, but they still managed to work hard. So what does that say? It means, of course, it's possible, man. And of course, they're not being hit in the head, or some of them might have been victimized, but... And, you gotta think, well, firstly, Chris Eubank Senior, it's none of your business, right? And why is your son eating KFC? I talked about this before. You know why? He wants to get his face in the papers. He's a narcissist. He's obsessed with himself. He's obsessed with the press. He loves it. And, by the way, I respect Chris Eubank, so I'm not a hater. This is a guy who had an extremely good chin. He was gutsy. He also had some awful fights, though. And he was a weight bully. He would starve himself down to middle and super middle. He eventually fought cruiserweight against Carl Thompson. So that makes you think, That makes you think. Why are you lecturing your own son, or one of them, about weight loss when you have manipulated the system? It's only £3, as I said. It's going to happen anyway, man. And what are they being paid? 5 mil each? I don't know. I'm guessing at least 5 mil each, or 2.5, or a good payday. And these guys are not going to get a better payday anywhere else. And they both got excuses lined up. Yeah, if Eubank Junior loses, he goes, "Oh, I didn't have the strength because I had to drop my weight down." If Conor Benn loses, he goes, "Oh, that's not my natural weight. I went up," and and they're what's called legacy. That's the wrong word, but it won't be what's the word? People will not disrespect them and go, "Oh, it's fair enough. That's a reasonable excuse. Eubanks had to drop below his natural weight if he loses, or Conor Benn had to get way above his natural weight if he loses, and they both make 5 mil. No one cares, man. It's very easy also to manipulate people with press, with PR. So don't worry about that, man. The weird thing about the Chris Eubank Jr., right, is was he an early Illuminati pawn? Was it an early Illuminati pawn? It's possible. And he's crying, he's going, "Oh, I don't want to lose another son like Seb." Seb's death is clouded in mystery. Right? And there's this watch this. This is a video of Nathaniel Wright. No, is it Nathaniel Wright? Nathaniel Wilson, Eubanks his bastard son, if you want me to be straight. Right? And look at what Seb is wearing, an ankh. Check it out. Did you see that? So what does the ankh mean, right? Okay, it's an ancient Egyptian symbol. It's related to masonry, secret societies. Gay J, before he got battered by Fat Andy Ruiz, had a gym. Okay, and I did a video on this on the old channel, and he's talking to the filmmakers around gym. "Oh, look, I'm from Kemet," which is apparently an African word for Egypt. I mean, it's a farce anyway. They weren't sub-Saharan Africans; they were Egyptians, man. And they and he's pointing, and there's an ankh. There's a huge ankh. The ankh is basically a secret society symbol. Number one, it's a nod to the ancient Egyptian false gods, demons, basically. Okay. It's quite interesting to see the fact that Seb Eubanks wearing it when he's meeting his brother, who they got no respect for. You imagine that, man? If I found out I had a brother. My dad was faithful, so I don't have to worry about that thing. But if it did happen in a hypothetical sense, I'd be like, "Oh, brother, oh, man, I can't believe it. It's so good to see you." But these guys just disrespect him, Nathaniel Wilson, or whatever he's called. Anyway, some people say, I'm not saying the Triple B, some people say Seb Eubank was a sacrifice. Why? What does it mean? It means you have to give up something precious to you in order to get ahead. I mean, that's generally what's said. Do I 100% believe in it? All I will say is this. There's so many Hollywood stars, sports stars, who have these tragic losses of their own kids, or their own family, and they get ahead. I don't know. I hardly know a single person who's died from before the age of 55. Nothing. All right? Nothing. Not close to me, none. And then, but you look at the celebrities, like all of them seem to have lost close family. All of them seem to have lost sons and daughters. It's very odd. Anyway, it's a boxing channel. Everyone knows it's a boxing channel. So, I mean, it was a load of hoo-ha. You know, Eubanks saying that. Why was he doing that? Saying, oh, I'm going to put my son out whilst he's eating KFC. It's just nonsense. The fight will happen. It will bring more eyes on the fight. You know what I'm saying? I said this before. It's another PR game. And it's distasteful. It's distasteful of Eubank Senior to start talking about his dead son. You know, like it's a PR piece. It's extremely unpleasant. And Eubank Senior's got a huge ego. Yeah? He got a huge ego. And a huge head, to be frank. A massive, shiny head. But he's got that ego, and he doesn't want to be out of the picture. He doesn't want it. Some people have suggested he's slightly resentful towards Eubank Jr. He doesn't want to take the limelight, and that's why he's always giving his 50 cents or 2 cents, whatever the expression is. You know, he's got to get his own huge head in it. After this fight, a lot of people don't like Conor Benn. I don't know why. Okay, it's Eddie Hearn fight, but so what, man? You need someone to represent you. I find him. He's an alleged Christian. I don't totally believe it. The tattoo thing freaks me out. He's got them all over his body. But you see, he's more or less likable, man. I don't understand the haterism. Eubank Jr., he's a plum. He tries to enact his dad. He almost speaks in the same voice. You know, imagine this guy had a threesome with his own brother, Seb, who's now dead, R.I.P., you know, when he was 16, with girls. I mean, you can't say for 1 minute that isn't strange, right? The idea of a threesome anyway is a bit weird. 2 men and 1 woman. But the idea of a threesome with your own brother, come on, man, that's sickness. And the idea that Eubank Senior, yeah, dashed off his own sons to some random woman he had apparently one chat with in Berlin, to go and live with her in America. Why? I mean, this is unusual behavior. Very unusual. What's going on here? I'm not 100% sure. I believe there's some NWO, you know, what's the word? There's some NWO manipulation here, for sure. And Eubank's part of that. Eubank, because, you know, he gets eyes, he gets views. All right? Yeah, so I just listened also, like, randomly. I listened to the new Tyan Booth video on a number of things, including KSI, his, no, Deji, his gay weather. And also he talks about Eubanks, Conor Benns. And you know what? I told you, like, he mentions quite a few of the things that should be mentioned, but I'm not for 1 minute suggesting, that he's a plagiarizing the Triple B. Not at all. I mean, you know, Tyan Booth was the original Bannerman, the original Rinser. I have to admit, this video is great, by the way. It's called DayGV's Make Gay Weather, and he makes some good points. Triple B also made them points. I'm not saying he, in any way whatsoever, he's copying Triple B, but I know he's a Triple B fan. I've been on some of his lives, and, you know, he give me some big ups. There should be some big ups, and, you know, I think it was even on a stream that Triple B did. But, you know, Tyan Booth is original, changed the banner game. I don't know. I mean, I assume it's only in boxing, because I don't really watch any other channels. I'm not interested in no football, no, you know, basketball, all this kind of thing. I've got no problem. So it might only be in boxing, and that's cool. I do believe the old stuff was a bit better, but you know, a man has to change. You know, the problem is you will get victimized and you'll get your channel shut down, all right, by YouTube, who are censorship organization. If you don't toe the lines, you gotta like tone it down a bit. You know, I don't. It's a shame, man. If Chubby spoke his word, he lost about 2 minutes. If Chubby said what he really wanted to, he lost about 2 minutes, man. 2 minutes, blood. But yeah, even now I don't like to do it, but I have to retract a bit of what I would say. But yeah, I believe that, you know, the modern world is a farce. I believe the modern world is a farce. And they indoctrinate, they brainwash, they manipulate people, and most people will lap it up. You know, like I said earlier, you know, when they cancelled the first TFL channel, I was like on it. When the old channel, I was like disrespecting Coogan, calling him out, calling him an informer, which he is, what this kind of thing, and you know, it's incredible how easily you get zapped, okay? But regardless of that, I was quite pleased that Tyan Booth rinsed out Coogan again. Not heavily, but they sort of apparently made up, and I was like, oh, come on, no way. Surely not. But yeah, I knew we were going to come back and rinse Coogan out, so that's good news. But the Ben Eubank fight, it will happen. There's too much money. What will happen? That's more interesting. Conor Benn has been looking big. I mean, his shoulders are smaller. He's shorter. He's naturally a smaller guy than Eubanks Junior. But he's been looking strong in training. But, you know, who knows? I still would lean towards Eubank Junior because of the size difference. But I hope Conor Benn wins. Yeah? I hope Conor Benn wins. And like I said, I think he's a reasonable guy. He just needs to be put on the right path. He needs to go for the narrow path, not the wide path. Don't get pulled by the wide path, man. You feel me? Anyway, we'll see what happens, man. Peace in the Middle East. Yeah, sorry, just one more thing, right? So I speak to my boy, Tyan Booth, TFL TV. Yo, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I put your name in the title because obviously, you know, people know it gets views. I hope you appreciate that. But you know, it's it's relevant to what I'm talking about. Anyway, peace, bro. Hope you're well. Keep speaking. Keep dropping them videos. Right? You know, I got peeps on my channel going, oh, you gotta have a what's it called, like a you know, double session, you and Tyan. And I'm like, yeah, but it's like, you know, the difference is I've less than 2,500 views. I mean subs. Tyan got like almost 30k views. Again, sorry, I mean subs, not views. Yeah, just subs. I'm a little fish in the pond. Yeah, it's like what Tyan said, which is like, you know, I said to Big True Geordie, you know, True Geordie, he's the guy who likes to ask women to cheat on him, yeah, and get a huge black dildo and put it in the batty hole and then lick the, I don't even understand, it's the ass juice of it, which means basically shit. So, you know, True Geordie, big man, so obviously that time was like, oh, he's too big for me, but, you know, I said I could appear on his channel. So it's the same kind of situation. But anyway, man, peace. I got love for all my peeps, my fans, and my brothers.